Game day edition, morning scone presented by Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. It is game day, LSU McNeese home opener. Good stuff, exciting times. Do us a solid here if you're on Facebook. Please like the page, show post, like the page, show post, like the page, show post. If you are on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to the Matt Moscona YouTube channel. And smash the like button. Get a text from Tima. So for those on YouTube who just missed this, while I was starting the feed on Facebook, I got a text from T-Bob. He's like, "Hey man, we go on air at 2 today?" I'm like, "But you're not doing pregame this year. It's me and Jeremy Hill doing pregame." I said, he's like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "I think you're doing postgame." He goes, "I never agreed to postgame." I was like, "All right, man, I'll call you after I do morning scone." I'm like 98.76% positive that when we got all of our assignments for game day this year, that it's me and Jeremy Hill doing pregame, Hanny and T-Bob doing postgame, and then me doing whiskey and wine. It's supposed to be with Rohan, but oh. Okay. Oh, it's Condon on post. Oh, wow. Interesting. Well, maybe T-Bob will want to come to in line. Interesting. Okay. All right, let's do it. Sorry for the confusion. I know that's not why y'all are here, just to watch me figure out what game day responsibilities are for T-Bob, but that was kind of funny. Truax, good morning. Jared Sanders, what's up? Brian and Andy Penton, good morning from Nebraska City. Big win for Calicut. They did beat up on Acadiana last night, 20-0. Trying to tell y'all, bro. If y'all thought that was like a flash in the pan, I said they were just getting started to go on a run. They go up to Maryland and beat Our Lady of something or other, and last night they shut out Acadiana. Next week I think they play West Monroe. Get ready, y'all, bro. I'm just telling you. Kerry Hughes, good morning. Mark Chairs, got up in my big 8x10 foot, looking good. So we're on like an 8 foot. Mark, if you have this show on an 8x10 foot screen, I need a picture of that. I need you to take a picture of that and send it to me, please, or post it and tag me. Thank you. Jacoby Pierre, good morning. Zach Reddix, time to smash the like button. Kevin Allgood, what's up? How do you think the defense will respond? Do you think they can fix it? I'm definitely interested to see. Ogeron said we're going to see Mike Jones at linebacker today. I'm interested to see that. A dramatic step down in competition this week. Although, look, McNeese allowed 42 points to West Florida, who, as trivia will tell you, was the 2019 Division II national champion. We better put some respect on their name. But it's still a Division II school that scored 40 points. So offensively, LSU should be fine today. Defensively, McNeese going to sling it now. We're going to find out. Hey, Dad, good morning. Brian Robert, got my second vaccine yesterday. 5G cell service is unreal. Okay, good. Let's see. Kerry Hughes, man, Catholic is stout. Went on campus yesterday. Shouted Calicut. Very nice. Kerry, why were you at Catholic's campus yesterday, man? And if you did that, I'm quite certain that people yelled back. I was doing I was emceeing like a groundbreaking ceremony a few years back before they built the student center, and I asked Mr. Touye, the president of the school, before I started. I was like, "Can I yell Calicut?" He's like, "You do whatever you do whatever comes naturally to you." I was like, "Okay." I mean, we're suits. There's dignitaries like from the mayor's office, from the bishop's office, all these people. The whole student body were outside, and I just went, "Cala!" All the guys went nuts. It's crazy. Oh man. Kyle Milliken, morning. Get T-Bob to fill in for it. I may, Kyle. I'll ask him if he wants to come out. Brant Roban, morning. Some issues are fixable, some are not. You think it's enough to save the season, or are we looking for a new coach by December? So Brant, I will stand by the thing that I have said here all along and that I believe to be true because I believe who told me. 9-3, Ogeron would be okay. 8-4, how does it look? What are the circumstances? 7-5, gone. I even know his buyout number. It's 17 million. So you're going to see a lot of stuff published, but it's 17 million, and that doesn't include staff. So Ogeron and staff would push north of 20. So let's not pretend like it's not a very real possibility. Now the question I think you're asking is, can they fix the issues to prevent that? I don't think so. I don't think they get to 9-3 if that's what you're asking. Then again, after LSU in 2017 got blown up by Mississippi State and lost to Troy, I don't think any of us thought the only game that they lose the rest of the way, would be Bama. So, but it was, and they went 9-3. So maybe they can get this right. Brian Rubber, only if T-Bob's dressed as a wizard with his sword. Rose, good morning. Daniel Fontenot. Oh my God, yes, get T-Bob and whiskey and wine. I'll ask him. Arthur Coco, why do the Saints take Traquan Smith? I don't know, Arthur, because they invested a third-round draft pick in him. They think he's talented, but his contract's up after this year. He's done. Paul Landry, good morning. Another vote for T-Bob and whiskey and wine. Brian Chandler, Kerry Hughes, went to see David and the foot. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Unreal. It better be on a campus like crazy. So I'm trying to tell him, Kerry, I don't care if you like Calicut, if you hate that I yell Calicut. The reason you should care is because the football program is a machine right now that is going to be pumping out major D1 talent, and you need it all to go to LSU. They got Emory Jones committed, but I'm telling you, man, that's just scratching the surface, bro. Where am I? Okay, jump over here to YouTube. Sorry, guys. All right, let's see. 23 watching on YouTube. Y'all do me a favor. Smash that like button. Pat Huseman, Trivia Carter, Merrick Mathern, good morning. The kid Dupree from CHS can kick. So Kylan Dupree is the punter at Catholic High who boomed a 72-yarder yesterday, which is not the school record. Donnie Jones hit one. God, who was it against? Maybe Broadmoor? It was at Memorial. Donnie hit one about seven. No, was it a playoff game? Oh, man, what game was it now? Donnie hit a 78-yarder. Oh, man, now I can't remember what game it was. I mean, shoot, I was on the team. I can't remember what game it was. Apollo Babbo, 1985. Hard to get psyched for a football game against McNeese when Calicut could manhandle. Hell yeah, they could. Christian Cameron, good morning. Josh Giraldo. Stuff you were talking about with Trey Bradford's dad on the OU site was pretty interesting. Yeah, those that missed it, Trey Bradford's dad basically went on Sooner Scoop and said, we don't support Trey making the move back to LSU. Apparently, Bradford's dad has been an Oklahoma fan his whole life and wanted Trey to go to Oklahoma. And they basically said it kind of accused LSU of tampering, saying that LSU would continue to call Trey even when told not to. Matthew Lusso, if Roe can't make it, fly Russ down from Arizona. Mildly therapeutic last week. Tim Gotro, what's up? Merrick Mathern, Big C. Big C is on post game with Hanny. I mean, Big C's going to have to watch the game. Spurge, what's up? Wilder Otter, good morning. UNT are going to get into Saints content once that gets rolling. Nah, it's not the role of the show, but I need to ask her if you'd even be interested. Michelle Moore, morning. Always happy to see you on the weekends. Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate that. Great to see you too. Fletcher Lewis Panamsky's about to block College Game Day. What did they do on College Game Day? I'm obviously not watching it. Thank you, Matt. My wife smiled and said, finally some love. Go Argos. You got it, man. David Michael Babin, what's up? Jonathan Martin, good morning. Eric, do you think NIL limits amount of opt-outs just a smidge? I do not. I think NIL deals will be done regardless. And remember, some of those are deals that guarantees X amount of social media posts or engagement. So no, I don't. I mean, you do realize that professional athletes that hold out have endorsement deals. David Michael Babin, Matt, I had the best time watching Santa Ma versus Catholic in 1995. Love the show. So 95, Catholic would have won that game, yeah? 94, they played at the Pit. It's weird that I remember this, but 94 was the first season that I started going to every game. The 94 season, they played at the Pit, and Catholic played terribly, and Santa Ma won that game. And I remember my brother was a freshman at Catholic at the time, and he was an 8th grader on the freshman team at Catholic, and he had Saturday morning practice. And I remember my dad and I went to go pick him up, and Catholic's varsity was having a full pad practice Saturday morning after the Santa Ma loss. Like that, I've never seen that in my life before, but that's how, I guess, infuriated Dale Weiner was with how they played. Full padded practice Saturday morning after the Santa Ma loss that year. And then they beat him in 96. No, I'm sorry. So that was not the 94 season. They beat him in 95, 96, 97. We beat him in I never lost to Santa Ma. We beat him in 97, 98. We beat him 6-3. 99, we beat him 3-0. Right? Did we lose 6? God, dude, it's been so long now. The jump in my brain. Maybe they beat us 6-3 in 98, and we beat them 3-0 in 99. Barn burners. Anyway, Tim Gautreaux, things kind of rough down here. Dang glad to be back home in Louisiana for LSU game day. That a boy, Tim. Great attitude, man. Merrick Bethurn, what did I miss? Why is Roe not on Whiskey Wine? I don't know. He just texted me this morning and said he can't make it today. I was like, okay. David Michael Babin, that's when Santa Ma still used the Florida Gator script on their helmets. They don't do that anymore? Oh, they have like a gator head now, don't they? If O was fired, I hope Corey Raymond would be retained. I think any coach who comes in would be foolish not to retain Corey Raymond. Bruce Shales, Kiffin, Jimbo, Napier in that order. Go get him, Woody. I'd be okay with any of those. John Boudreaux, how about the CHS score and the number? Oh, so true, man. 20-0. And so Kevin Franklin, who died last week of COVID and was the color analyst on the radio broadcast, wore number 20. And so the final score last night was 20-0. First game since well, I guess so Kevin, he passed last Thursday. So I guess they knew when they played last Friday. But first home game, yeah. They announced a scholarship in his name last night, and they had his number and Rumble painted on the field because his catchphrase was "Rumble, young man, rumble." Golly, his funeral's today too, so if y'all think about it, send up some prayers, some love to their family. How about let's see. Good morning, you and E-Rock, Big Drew. Good morning, Alan Hurd. What's up? No love from game day. What did game day say? I'm sorry. Someone fill me in here. I dropped ESPN Plus now to get it back to watch LSU. I'm debating. Well, I don't know why you drop ESPN Plus. They have tons of great programming on there. Like, really, they do. And all the UFC, for me, all the UFC content is there. But, you get Peyton's Places and Eli's Places. They got a lot of good stuff on ESPN Plus. And, of course, you can watch games. Justin Frank, what's up? Peyton Joseph, how long did it take to complete the background? How long did it take to complete The background. You gotta tell me what background. I don't know what like all this stuff. I mean, that's just my office. Let's see, Todd Gwen Babineau. Let's see, this Todd Babineau in Iberia. Is there anything else you'll do tonight that will ease the embarrassment of last week? Nope. I mean, Todd, that was awful. You know, I don't think you really get that opportunity until they play Mississippi State. You know, if you win tonight, if you win next week in Central Michigan, which, by the way, that's going to be a tougher game than most people think. But if you get it, then you go to State. If you win that game, and so you use these next 2 weeks to improve, and then you go to Starkville and play really well and win. Yeah, then you come home and play Auburn, and that's really the game where we go, okay, let's see what you are. You know, Clifford Moore game day went off on LSU. What did they say? I don't know, man. I guess it's on in there. I guess I could rewind it. Danny Braywick. Ryan made me so mad yesterday with the Saints hate. First time I didn't enjoy his thing. Danny, it's a bit. Like, he is trying to get you upset. Same thing he did whenever he crapped on Lake Charles and Shreveport yesterday. Like, it's a bit. He's just trying to get you upset. He's playing that role because he's poking me because he knows I'm a Saints fan. Michael Cooper, can LSU fix the problem with their D and O line? Defensive line, I think so, because I think they have enough numbers there. Offensive line, I'm less sure, because they have no depth, and I don't think their starters are elite anyway. I think it's just going to be a season where when you're physically superior at the line of scrimmage, you're probably going to play well, and when you're not, you're not. And today's one of those days where you will. Craig Sweeney, game day was absolutely correct. We were garbage. Now I got to go back and see what they said. Chris Maggio, what's up? Kyle DeVille, don't y'all remember Handy drunk? We need Handy on whiskey and wine. That would be funny. Brian and Andy Penn, about time they approved Dale Brown to put his name on the court. They need to retire 72-9-3. I'm with all that. I was pumped to see for Dale Brown yesterday. Dale Brown court got approved. I was very happy to see it. It needed to happen. I'm glad it did. Brant Roban, you think we see Nussmeier today or no? Max and the offense need as much game playing time as possible. Brant, Ogeron said this week, point blank, that Nussmeier will play today. So at what point, how long, don't know, but he did say point blank that Garrett Nussmeier is going to play in this game today. I like it. Let's see him. I'm super leery of playing a freshman, because especially one that takes a lot of chances because you're turnover prone. And I think that's what the inevitability would be with Nussmeier, but I also think he would make some pretty spectacular plays too. Let's see, Ben Dupuy, worst case scenario, we get to 7-4, Ogeron pulls a 2020 Florida with an A&M upset, and we have 8-4 2015 ending. Yeah, Ben, I mean, that's not wrong. I mean, but then remember what happened to start 2016. You know, you had an AD that was just aching to fire the coach, and as soon as he had the opportunity, he did. That's why I say this feels a lot like when they got back from Wisconsin. You know, when they lost at Lambeau, it was just, it was in that, the next time they lost a game, Oliva was going to fire him, you know. Hey, bud. Good morning. Hey, Drew. Come see, I have to ask you a question. Hey, come see. Drew, come. Hey, come see, I want to ask you a question. Come see, I want to ask you a question.
No,
Just ask you a question. Look, you want to always twist your extensions. Okay, so after Dad's show, let's ask you a question. See, Dad. Okay, so Dad's laugh. You never want to say what? After Dad's show, we'll get dressed, and we'll go for a ride in Daddy's car to Daddy's work, and ride the elevator. Okay. All right. And after elevator, we'll come home to Drew's house, and then Daddy will go right back to work. Okay. Shout out to Brock, y'all. After Hours Clinic is open today. If you find yourself in need of an orthopedist, maybe you get thrown from the mechanical bull and land on your shoulder and you need to go see an orthopedist, don't go to the, bypass the ER. Just go straight to Brock. And of course, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. HudcoRoofing.com. Bandito Beam, like Oklahoma and everyone else does in Tampa, or SMH. I'm not saying that they don't Bandito Beam. It's just not a good thing whenever the parent of a player is putting it out there publicly that it happened. Let's see. Don't forget the men and women who died this day. Never forget, absolutely. 9/11, 20 years ago, man. Golly, 20 years ago. Man, everybody's got their 9/11 story. Our family's pretty wild. My parents were in New York City on 9/11. My dad was working for Lamar, and they had the AAA convention, and so they were in Times Square during the attacks, and they were on. There's a picture of my mom sitting on a park bench in Lower Manhattan with the towers behind her, and it's about like when you'd actually take pictures and get film developed. You know how they would have like the date stamped on the photo, so like the date is 9/10/01, like literally the day before 9/11. She took a picture in front of the towers, and they were supposed to be going there that day. I was at LSU, and I remember my phone rang, and we had an answering machine, and I was living at home while I was in college, and the phone rang, and it was a guy, it was a friend of my dad's, who was just like frantic. Actually, no. My brother was at Notre Dame. He called, and I was like in the bathroom or something. He left a message. He's like, "Matt, have you heard from Mom and Dad?" Well, yeah, I heard the message. I was like, "What the hell?" Phone rang again. I answered. It was this friend of my dad's, and he was like, "Have you heard from your parents?" I'm like, "No." I mean, well, because you couldn't call. I mean, in New York, you could. Not everybody had cell phones at the time, right? And couldn't get calls out and stuff. So, my aunt came like speeding up the driveway, like, you heard from your mom and dad, and anyway, wild times. They ended up, and I didn't know what was happening. I never turned the TV on. Like in the morning, I would just wake up and just get ready to go. I never put on the news or anything, so I didn't know what was happening. And that's when I turned on the TV, and then that's when the Pentagon had just gotten hit. So then I went to LSU, I went to class, and was standing in the Union. Everybody was in the Union watching the TVs, and that's when the towers fell. That was wild. My parents had to rent a car and drive home from New York City. Anyway. Deborah Coward, good morning. Going to the game tonight, taking my granddaughter to her first game. Haven't been in a long time. Hope the atmosphere is fun. Hope so, Deborah. I mean, look, honestly, I don't think first it's McNeese, so it's not going to be capacity. Then you have all the COVID regulations, which are probably going to keep some people away. On top of it, the loss last week. It's certainly not going to be a capacity crowd tonight, but hopefully the atmosphere is great. I mean, it's the first time that they will have had the opportunity at a capacity crowd since the Burrow Senior Night game. Because last year was all limited capacity, so it'll be great tonight, hopefully. And certainly, look, just the opportunity to take your granddaughter to her first game is awesome. Kyle Millick and Matt, since they both can't lose, who do you have winning today? Arkansas against Texas. Texas. I think Texas wins the game. I think they win at cover, actually. Brad Osborne said the defense was horrible, missed a lot of tackles. Their expectations of LSU defense is lacking in effort. Oh, Game Day said that. How does O call out someone for a sissy blue shirt when he has 3 starters from Rummel on his team? He didn't do himself any favors for future recruits from Rummel. Well, he'll wear that one. There's no doubt. And my guess is that when they play Ole Miss will probably wear their baby blues. It's Lane Kiffin, right? Of course he will. Reagan Lee, if McNeese or Central Michigan beats us, O is gone the next Sunday, right? Maybe so, Reagan. Maybe so. Michael Cooper, Dez, and Herbie said our defense lacks passion that their previous players had. It's not wrong. Hey, the Brock page is watching. Not sure who's behind that Brock account, but good morning, as always. Shout out to Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. After Hours Clinic is open today, so if you're tailgating and you're doing keg stands, not that I would endorse that. Okay, maybe I would. And you fall and you hit your head, or you fall and twist your knee, and you need to go see a doctor, don't go to the ER. Go to Brock, After Hours Clinic. Let's see. Oh, Mark, I appreciate you trying to but the picture's not showing up in these comments here. Maybe you just post it or send me a message. Very cool, man. Thank you. Thank you. Where are we? Whoops. Sorry. Justin Frank, what's up? Will, you convinced me. They said LSU effort was embarrassing. It was. Matthew Lusto, shout out to my wife Tony, running a half marathon. Vermont Hills are no joke. Wow. For sure, man. Great accomplishment, but honestly, I ran 2 marathons. I ran DC, the Marine Corps Marathon in 05, and I ran New York in 06. And because of all the knee and back problems I have, and so much of that stems from running, if you ask me, Teddy Matt, if you go back and do it over, would you run? I would say no. If it meant I didn't have to feel like I do every day, which is why I'm grateful. Like I tell you all the time about Crystal Pocha. I mean, she's given me relief that I never thought I could get over at Restored Motion. So if y'all have pain, go see her. But anyway, what are you doing, kiddo? Anyway, 45 watching, 32 likes. Smash that like button there on YouTube. Thank you. Let's see. Trivia, are you serious? LSU's on ESPN Plus where I got to pay more? Yeah, Trivia, they are. ESPN Plus today. I have the Disney Plus bundle, get Hulu and ESPN Plus and all. Hi, Drew. What are you doing? Okay. Yeah, man. Drew is just not... I don't know why, man. He's just super not all about coming up on Dad Show anymore. I gotta keep the cut out here. Oh, you're doing the trial? That's not a bad idea, Trivia. You can do the trial for ESPN, the free trial, and then just cancel. A lot of people did that for the Longhorn Network when LSU played in baseball over in Austin a couple of years ago. Bobby, more likely Saints make it to Super Bowl or LSU beats Bama this year. Saints Super Bowl. LSU's not beating Bama. Will Hildebrand, I remember vividly that day. Then I remember Bush throwing a perfect strike in Yankee Stadium. Ex-Navy, never forget. So that, Will, and take the 6 versus Air Force. That was game 3 of the World Series that year when Bush threw the strike. And then my dad and I were at games 4.